and in US, scenario is somewhere also closer. So that means we are somewhere closer to just 4% or say 8% to US. Despite the fact that there is a lot of focus on startups and what are the reasons for this? There are different reasons that we suggest. One reason is that if you compare the China and the, for example, this US patent offices, the number of people who are working there, against around more than 800 people there, there are more than 13,000 people in Chinese patent office and around 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 9,000 people in the US. Then there are other reasons as well. The fact of the matter is that the issues of this somehow trickle down to the institutions as well. But probably notwithstanding the fact that there is a huge institutional framework in place in India as well, but the number of patents that are basically come out from these institutions are not really that. And in that context, from the point of view of University of Kashmir, let me say, I mean, recently there was this IPR based star rating also out, and Kashmir University, I must say that it did not fare as good as it is expected, given its strengths in terms of the human resource and the infrastructure as well. So, which is also a cause of concern. And you all know that we are due for the next accreditation cycle now in coming 6 months or so. The only thing that worries me as the DICA director is basically the number of these patents. In publications, we have been over the period of time doing significantly good, but in terms of patents, we are basically having a concern. And in order to address this concern, our administration has taken over the period of time certain measures. For example, we have director of IUT Zabura here, Gawar. We have he's overseeing the CIIE, Center for Innovations and Entrepreneurship, which is funded through RUSA, around 4 crore funding they have. Some patents have started coming up, but the number that university needs, especially, and university expects, is lot more than what's coming up. But of course, as against dismal nothing almost, we are getting now something. University also recently activated this new gen IIT. Dr. Sattar Sahab is here. And I was part of a meeting that he coordinated I think a week before or so, which was very impressive, getting very interesting ideas from all across the country, and it was great for those 2 days to basically look at those innovative programs. I am sure that the outcome of those startups would be felt in coming days soon. University also created an IPR cell with Dr. Anna Bashiri is basically supervising. She is here with us, and actually it was she who came forth with this idea of having this workshop, and she actually contacted the resource person also, Dr. Gauri Kargat, who is here. Dr. Ehsan Sahab to yahan pe he's of this well. And we are, ma'am, so thankful to you for making it all the way from IIT Kharagpur to this place for such an important meeting. I, on behalf of the university, welcome you once again, and Dr. Ehsan as well. So my point is, with these, there is an IPR cell in place, but what we need is, we want basically to take this patenting sort of business from the university to the next level. And I'm sure that your inputs, and if you can recall, most of you were also probably the part of the workshop that we did in, I think last year, right, from the people from CCAP Bangalore came and basically delivered one full day workshop. But that was more about different aspects of this training workshop is primarily designed for a hands-on training. So she requested yesterday that every participant should get here with a laptop, and she had already sent us yesterday a handout of around, say, 140 pages. I mean, all those things they stand already printed out, and they are in the with the people for the hands-on training. I'm sure, because that's what we need actually now, to basically get it down to the desk level to basically get going. And in that context, madam, I must tell you that in our university there is a lot of work going on which has a dimension that can be patented. For example, a lot of people present, those who are in the research, in the science departments, such as biotechnology, pharmacy, botany, clinical biochemistry, so engineering, their thesis does have basically this dimension of patenting, but probably those students do not know what is patentable and how to go about it. and the idea is probably it's too cumbersome. It comes after a long time. I don't know what are the reasons. So I was sometimes wondering if we can also talk about how that work could be sort of better, presented in the form of the patents. And I believe Honorable Vice Chancellor is busy upstairs in some other meeting. Maybe she joins in the evening. I wanted to actually also convey her and also the Chancellor was here. We need to give probably departments now the target of at least giving us a given number of patents by the end of the next year, or maybe in the next 6 months, in case they really want to help the institution and to themselves in the long run, of course. If not more, maybe at least 4 or 5 patents, whatever you deem appropriate. And if those who meet those deadlines, I would also strongly recommend that we should be rewarding them also in a significant way, so that a real innovation ecosystem actually comes up in the institution, which is very important. So we could think of a real good award function. We are supposed to actually do every year end a kind of award function for that particular year, rewarding those who are doing exceptionally well. And I believe that next function could be for those who are having a larger number of patents. So, I mean, it is basically with this backdrop that we are meeting here, and it is a very, very important meeting. I'm pretty sure that the takeaways from this workshop in terms of the practical, learning would be really helpful. And in due course of time, the fruits of this workshop, in terms of the number of patents that we get, and the quality of patents also that we get, is discernible in the institution. So, with those remarks, I once again wholeheartedly welcome you and thank you for making it here this morning for this important workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Manzoor Saab, for throwing light on the ground realities so far IPR and patents are concerned. So now I request our esteemed expert of today's program, Dr. Gauri Gargate, for the keynote address.
Good morning, everyone. So, Dr. Desa, Professor Manzoor, Dr. Ajaz, Dr. Anna Bashir, my dear faculty colleagues, research scholars, and students. Very good morning to everyone. And I appreciate the task which is taken by IQAC, which is a general terminology. Here we are talking about Directorate of Quality Assurance Cell and IPR cell. And this is, I feel, as a university, as an individual, as a country, at all levels, this is very, very important. I appreciate and I echo with the concerns Professor Manzoor has just shared with us. And I feel that it is not a great task.